Hey, I protest this. Solon checked out the picture and he's got white. No way, Jackson, who is that? She is not your. Give it back. My ear felt hot. Solon handed the photo to his ugly buddies who snicked and started ripping it to make slipped words. There were new kids who must be visiting because they were all wearing those slipped those stupid hi. My name is Ted from the admission office. There must be weird sense of humor too because they all filled in strange names like Marrow Sucker, Skull Eater, uh, and Joe Bob. No human being had names like that. These guys are moving here next year. Solon bragged, like that was supposed to scare me. I bet they can pay their tuition too, unlike two retired friends. He's not retarded. I had to try really hard not to punch Solon in the face. You're such a loser, Jackson. Good things I'm gonna put you out of your misery next period. His huge body chewed up my photos. I wanted to pulverize them, but I was under strict orders from Jerome never to take my anger out of regular mortals. No matter how obnoxious they were, I had to say my fighting for monsters. Still, part of me thought if Solon only knew who I was really, the bell rang as Tyson and I were leaving class. A girl's voice whispered, "Percy!" I looked out the locker area, but no one was paying me any attention. Like any girl at Meriwether would ever be caught dead calling my name. Before I had time to consider whether or not, I'd been imagining things, a crowd of kids rushing for the gym carrying Tyson and me along with them. It was time for PE. Our coach had promised for us for free for all dodgeball games, and Matt Solon had promised to kill me. The gym uniform at Meriwether is sky blue shorts and dyed t-shirt. Fortunately, we did most of our athletic stuff inside, so we didn't have to jog through. Tribeca looking like a bunch of boot camp hippie children. I changed as quickly as I could in the locker room because I didn't want to deal with Sloan. I was about to leave when Tyson called, "Percy." He hadn't changed yet. He was standing by the weight room, clutching his gym clothes. Well, oh yeah, I tried not to sound aggressive about it. "Yeah, sure, man." Tyson ducked inside and wait room. I stood guard outside the door while he changed. I felt kind of awkward doing this, but he asked me to most days. I think it's because he's completely hairy and he's got weird scar on his back. That I've never had the courage to ask him about. Anyway, I learned the hard way that if people teased Tyson while he was dressing out, he'd get upset and start ripping the doors off lockers. When we got into gym, Coach Nunley was sitting on his desk reading sports illustrated. Nunley was about a million-year-old with bifocal and no teeth at the grassy wave of gray hair. He reminded me of the oracle at Camp Hoblet, which was a shivering up mummy, except Coach Nani moved a lot less and he never blown green smoke. Well, here at least not that I'd observed. Matt Solon Coach Mason said, Coach, can I be captain? Coach nervously looked up from his magazine. Yeah, he mumbled. Solon grinned and took charge of picking. He made up the other team captain. But it doesn't matter who I pick because all the jokes and the popular kids moved over to Solon's side. So did the big group of visitors. On my side, I had Tyson, Coley, Barrier, the computer geek, Raj Mahandadi, the calculus whiz, and half dozen other kids who always got harassed by Solon and his gang. Normally, I wouldn't be okay with just Tyson. He made worth half a team all by himself, but the visitors on Solon's team were almost as tall and strong-looking as Tyson, and there were six of them. Matt Solon spilled a cage full of balls in the middle of the gym. Scared, Tyson mumbled, "Smell funny." I looked at him. What smell funny? Because I didn't figure he was talking about himself. Them. Tyson pointed at Solon's new friend. Smell funny. The visitors were cracking their knuckles, eyeing us like I was slaughter time. I couldn't help wondering where they were from. Some place where they fed kids raw meat and beat them with sticks. Solon blew the coach whistle and at the gym began. Solon's team ran for the center line. On my side, Raj Mahandi yelled something in Urdu. Probably I have to go potty. And ran for the exit. Corey Barrier tried to crawl behind the wall mat and hide. The rest of my team did their best to cover in fear and not look like target. Tyson, I said, let's go. The osmosis slamming into my guts. I sat down hard in the middle of the gym floor. The other team exploded in laughter. My eyesight was fuzzy. I felt like I'd just gotten the Heimlich maneuver from a gorilla. I couldn't believe anybody could throw that hard. Tyson yelled, "Percy, duck!" I rolled and as another dodgeball whizzed past my ear and the speed of sound. Whoom! It hit the wall mat and Collie Barrier yelped. "Hey!" I yelled at Solon's team. "You could kill somebody." The visitor named Joe Boy growled at me evilly. Somehow he looked a lot bigger now, even taller than Tyson. His biceps bugged beneath his t-shirt. "I hope so," pursued Jackson. "I hope so." The way he said my name sent a chill down my back. Nobody called me Perseus except those who knew my true identity, friends and enemies. What had Tyson said? They smell funny. Monsters all around Matt Solon. The visitors were growing in size. They were no longer kids. They were 8-foot tall giants with wide eyes, pointy teeth, and hairy arms tattooed with snakes and hula women and well-tied herds. Matt Solon dropped his ball. "Wow, you're not from Detroit?" Who the other kids on his team started screaming and backing toward the exit, but the giant named Meryl suckered through a ball at deadly accuracy. It steered past Raj Mahandali just as the was about to leave and hit the door, slamming it shut like magic. Raj and some other kids banged on it desperately, but it won't budge. "Let them go," I yelled at the giant. The one called Joe Bob Joel at me. He had a tattoo on it bicep and said, "J.B. Lewis baby cakes," and lose our tasty morals. "No, son of the sea gods, we Lestrigonians aren't just plan for your dad. We want lunch." We waved at his hand, and new batch of dodgeballs appeared in the center line. But these balls weren't made of red rubber. They were balls the size of cannonballs, perforated like wiffle balls with fire bubbling out the holes. They must have been searing hot, but the giants picked them up with their bare hands. "Coach," I yelled. Nunui looked up sleepily, but if he saw anything abdominal about the dodgeball game, he didn't let on. "That's the problem with mortals. A magical force called the mist obscures the true appearance of monsters and gods from their vision, and so mortals tend to see only what they can understand. Maybe the ghost saw a few 8th graders pounding the young kids with like unusual. Maybe the other kids saw Matt Solantung getting ready to toss Molotov cocktails around. It would have been the first time. At any rate, I was pretty sure nobody else recognized we were dealing with canoe men eating bloodthirsty monsters. Yeah, it was play nice. And he went back to his magazine. The giant named Skull Eater threw his ball. It dove aside as the fiery bronze comet slid past my shoulder. "Golly," I screamed. Tyson pulled him out of his behind an exercise mat just as the ball exploded and blasting the mat to smoky